Hi guys, welcome back to the Herd Wave, or welcome if you're new around here. So this week's video is something so special I've got planned for you. I have a tour of the most amazing fish room that I think I've ever seen. This fish room is dedicated not only just to African cichlids, but it's dedicated to Lake Tanganyikan Cichlids, which is pretty awesome. And some of these fish that are in this fish room they're just absolutely amazing. They are so rare, and even when you try and research some of these species, not a lot comes up on them. That's how rare that these species are. So I was so happy that I was invited to head along to this fish room and to have a full tour of the place. But not only that, I get to take you guys along with me, and I know that this is something special and you are really going to enjoy this. So I'm going to shut up now and stop talking, if that's at all possible, and I'm going to get straight into the video. So keep watching. So I'm going to start off with what has to be probably my favourite tank in the whole of this fish room. It is the centrepiece tank, and just as soon as you walk in the room, your eyes gravitate towards it. It is such a stunning tank, and it doesn't matter where you are in the room in relation to it, your eyes are automatically drawn to it. So the tropheus that you can see in this tank, these ones are the Dubosi Mosawa tropheus, and these is actually the ones that I did in a previous video. I actually have these species of tropheus, so you can check that video out if you want to see that species in a little bit more detail. Now this fish just looks like a marine fish. It's absolutely stunning, the colours on it. And this is actually a freshwater goby. I think that's probably one of the greatest things about keeping African cichlids, is that you can have all of these bold, bright colour variations of fish without having the difficulty level that goes into a saltwater aquarium. You can have that in a freshwater aquarium. So here we have a Songa Bashadi, and you can see they are still showing juvenile colours. So this has to be another one of my favourite tanks in this room. Not only has it got the Julidochromis malari in it, which are so cute, but it also has these super rare fish. These are the Lampologus caliprosis saboa. And these are such interesting fish because technically they are actually a shell dweller. Now you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at this, because this is actually the male and the female is underneath the smaller one. So what will actually happen is the male will move all of the shells into a corner, and the female will go in there once they have been fertilised and won't leave until the eggs have actually hatched. So that's pretty cool. Not to mention that gorgeous specimen of the Cyprichromis leptosoma you just seen as well. Now we've got the gold ocellatus brevis. They are so small, but don't let their size fool you. These are pretty vicious and have some pretty sharp fangs on them. I'm actually going to do a species profile on these guys because I have them in my fish room. And I'm going to be moving them into a tank in my house, so watch out for that video. Now in this tank you can see the black Bemba tropheus, and these ones are probably one of the more well-known varieties in the fish hobby. So these are juveniles, but when they actually reach their adult size, they have a band in the middle which is sort of like a reddy orangey rustic colour. It's really quite pretty. Now no Tanganyikan cichlid room would be complete without these three. So we have the Nakondi yellows, we also have a Dubosi, and we have the Mansonga. Vibrant colours, spunky little fish, absolutely gorgeous. Now you can also see in quite a few of the tanks that there is some clown loaches in there as well. Now these fish tend to do really well with African cichlids in general, So clown loaches are, as a rule of thumb, they are omnivores. I mean, they will pretty much eat anything, but in general, they are an omnivorous fish, which does really well as they share the same dietary requirements as Tropheus. You have to be really careful with Tropheus. They are susceptible to bloat, really strict on their diet, so nothing carnivorous whatsoever. Now, the aesthetic to this tank, I absolutely love it. I mean, it is obviously an imitation of a root system. It is the porcelain variety of it, because it's not going to be real wood for obvious reasons of pH, but it is absolutely stunning, and I found it just amazing to look at. And in this tank we have the Antilampologus calvus. And they were so funny to watch them, how they love to go in the little crevices of this. You can see its little head popping out. It's just so funny to watch. Now, I have these species in my fish room at home, and this is just their characteristics. They do like to hide in and out of shells and things like that, and it is so funny. And I just love these tanks because you don't often see a lot of these style of tanks in fish rooms. You more see like the longer tanks, where these are the taller ones, and it really does look good in the corner here. So these fish that are in the bottom tank, these are the Muzzy Morai Tropheus fish, and these are the juvenile ones that you can see at the moment. But when they reach adulthood, they have this beautiful rainbow colours to them, iridescent, absolutely stunning fish. They're sort of like the rainbow fish of the Tropheus world. They're one of the ones that really do stand out. They're so beautiful. So this lovely guy to the left of the screen, this is James Sinnit, and this is his fish room. And he's had experience for over 30 years at breeding and dealing with African cichlids. So he has a lot of experience in this field, and he is one of the top breeders that I would always go to get Lake Tanganyikan Cichlids. I've had quite a few from him in the past, and I'm sure I will be returning in the future to get some more. And you can see here how he's talking us through all of his filtration in the fish room he has. So the room is heavily filtrated, but it's necessary, especially with Tropheus. These types of African cichlids, they can't handle large volumes of water changes. This is mainly because they come from Lake Tanganyika, and with it being so deep, the parameters don't tend to shift very often. They tend to be very stable. So it's difficult for them to deal with harsh water changes. So heavy filtration is necessary. So in most of these tanks, he has Matten filters in there, and the ones that don't have, there's also overhead sump filtrations. Not to mention he has airline systems running all the way through. And what this is doing is it's carrying extra air through each tank via an air stone. So what you can see in the corner, this is where James does all of his water changes from. And that big white box that's in the corner, he actually specially made that to do the water changes. With Tanganyikans being so sensitive to shifts in water parameters, James actually has a water tank there that has the K2 media in it, which is turning the water over at a consistent rate. And what this does is it creates bacteria on the K2 media. He also adds a consistent measured amount of salt to keep his fish in as much of a natural environment as possible. Most of the fish that are in the fish room are actually wild caught. So you can see in the colours and the overall health of these fish that this method it's a surefire way of keeping your fish happy and healthy, really. I think he's done an absolutely amazing job. Well done to him. I'm absolutely blown away by this fish room. I think it's amazing. So James keeps these fish looking the way they do in such great condition, not only by having an amazing water filtration system and having amazing water, but it also comes down to the diet that he feeds these fish as well. You have to be very careful with Tropheus, as I've mentioned previously. They are susceptible to bloat, so more omnivorous fish, herbivorous fish, you need to be very, very careful with their diet. Good quality food is essential. It starts there with good quality food. All the colours that you can see, these are all naturally obtained through their diet, a natural source. There's no extra hormones being pumped into these fish, no artificial colours being pumped in, nothing of that nature, which is something that I feel very strongly about. I'm very passionate about making sure that they have the appropriate diet for the appropriate species that they are. So in this tank you can see the red bullet point Tropheus. Now these are sometimes also referred to as the cherry spot Tropheus, hence because they have red spots on them that looks like a little bit like cherries. They are gorgeous though. And another one of my favourites, this is another Antelampologus. So these are the yellow calvus. These are a lovely little group as well. And these are his tortoises that just have a little bit of free roam time. So the larger one, that one is actually still growing, but the smaller one, he is fully grown now, so he's not going to get any bigger than that. He was constantly getting under everybody's feet. He was such a sweet little thing, but you had to be really careful not to stand on him. Everybody kept saying, "Where's the tortoise? Where's the tortoise?" And he was always under your feet as well. Now, visiting a fish room as amazing as this just wouldn't be right if you didn't take a few home. So that's exactly what I did. And there's the tortoise again. He's always there. He literally was always there. But some of the fish that I took home, this is what James is actually catching for me now. These ones are something special. These are so rare. So these are the Morago Tanzania Tropheus. And there's a nice big group of 12 in here. I believe there's more females to males, hopefully, so they are still quite young. And of course, let's face it, a fish room wouldn't be complete, and especially a Tanganyikan fish room wouldn't be complete without the amazing and breathtaking blue Zaire frontosas. These have to be one of my favourite fish. And there's their fry as well, how cute. Well done on getting a fry out of these guys. So this fish here, this is another really super special one. It is pretty rare as well. This is the Benthochromos tricotti. It's absolutely stunning. These species of fish, they do really well in larger tanks because they are open water swimmers, so just bear that in mind if you do like them. So we're heading over to some more shelly tanks. So these ones are more black calvus. They're such cute little fish. I love the way their body shape is and their long noses. They are super special. Very cute. So gentle as well. They look very graceful when they're swimming. Yeah, they just seem as if they sort of just float about the tank without a care in the world. Oh, now this is another fish that I so had to stop myself from taking home. It's the daffodils, because I've only got one at home still. I did have a pair, but one of them sadly didn't make it. So I was so tempted to take these, but I resisted. Maybe next time. Speaking of resisting, yeah, I just couldn't. So I did end up getting some of these. So these are the Ujiji trophies, and these are juveniles at the moment. But when they are fully grown, they'll have sort of like this yellow stripe down them, and all of their fins will be bright yellow as well. So stunning little fish. Can't wait to take these home. Back home, and now I'm going to put these trophies in. These are the Ujiji ones. I'm going to put these in my tank, so I'm really excited. Can't wait to see how these react. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as what I did. Yeah, that was a real treat for me, and I'm sure it was for you guys too. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell. It lets you know every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will catch you on my next one. Bye. Is anybody in there? Oh yeah, hi. I know. And these ones here, these are the black. This is so special. It is solely delicate. It is solely delegated It is solely delegated. That is a word, delegated. Oh my god, that is an English word, delegated. Don't forget you can support. You can support this channel. My little waterfall system going on there. That looks pretty good actually. I do like that.